What's going on YouTube? Your boy Space back at you guys with another video. And today I'm going to be running a bracket show for today's video. And pretty much I'm just going to be showing you guys my predictions on this weekend's event out in Columbus for the Season 1 playoffs, which was held online, the online MLG League season. And unfortunately, my team didn't qualify due to our poor performance in the online season. So we missed the cutoff for the qualifications, which was the top 8 out of 12. And that was really unfortunate, but gladly enough, I get something to do out of this because most of the time people ask me, what are my predictions for an event? And most of the time, I don't like answering it because I'm actually playing in the event, which I don't want to jinx anything and I don't want to be biased, so I don't answer it at all. But since I'm not playing at this event, I thought it'd be cool to make a video and show you guys how I feel on what teams are going to win and what teams are going to lose in this tournament. So let's get right into it. Alright, so first off, as you can see by the schedule right here on my monitor, starts off Friday is the first day of the tournament gameplay, and we're gonna go by the matches in order. So at 6 p.m. that's gonna be the first match after the pregame show. We got FaZe versus Aware Gaming. I think this is a really evenly balanced matchup as it's both 4th and 5th seeded teams. But I think it's gonna be a really close series. But if I had to say one team that's gonna win this, I think I'm gonna have to go with FaZe. I know they had a lot of issues online recently before this event, but I think they're gonna be looking to prove a lot of people wrong, especially Aches. You know how he is. When people doubt him, he really turns up, and I think they're just going to bring that energy and performance to LAN, and I think they're going to pull this one out 3-2. So what I'm going to do here, I have the bracket right here with all the teams and double elimination, so I hope that this sorts the losers bracket the way it should be at the actual event. So I'm going to advance FaZe 3-2 in this series, select the winner. So FaZe I have going on to round 2 and winners, and Aware Gaming dropping in the losers round 1 right there. So the next matchup is going to be at 7 p.m. It's against Prophecy versus Team Caliber. This is another evenly matched matchup just for the main reason that, you know, Prophecy isn't a road team. They were just a team for the season, and they did really well. You know, they got rid of Parasite halfway into the season and picked up Embos, and they were still doing perfectly fine. But I don't know how much they've played as a team prior to this event, how much practice they got, and with Team Caliber being an actual team for Call of Duty Championships and everything in the future, it's going to be a close game, but I really think Prophecy is going to be able to pull this one off just because of their S&D game. I have Prophecy having a better Search and Destroy game than Team Caliber, so as long as Prophecy could pull off their S&Ds and sneak out a respawn, I think they'll take the series. So I'm going to go ahead and advance Prophecy in this one and have them going on to round 2. Alright, there. So as you see, Prophecy moves on. Team Caliber is on the opposite side of Aware in the losers bracket. And then our next matchup is going to be Optic Gaming versus Rise Nation. Now, this is an easy one for me. You know, Rise just making it into the league after Justice was forfeited. You know, this is going to be funny because it's Pac-Man and Nadeshot going up against each other, and they always have that friendly trash talk. So it's going to be funny to watch. But Optic Gaming, dominant team right now, and I don't see Rise beating them. If anything, it'd be a 3-1 series. I'm going to give Rise the benefit of doubt and give them a map. And Optic Gaming moving on to round 2 in the winners bracket, going to advance them, and they'll be playing FaZe in round 2. Moving on to the last match of Friday. This is an extremely, you know, important match, and there's a lot of tension in between it, and it's a really well-rounded matchup. Denial versus Envy. Now, for those of you that don't know, let me show you guys the rosters. As you see, Denial Esports right here. Clayster, Attach, Replays, and JCap. JCap and Clayster were actually just released from Envy, and got traded to Denial for Zuma and Saints. So, you know, there's a lot of pressure on this game. Players want to prove they were doing the right things and they weren't the problem, and players want to prove that their new team is better. So it's going to be really cool to see and watch. But if I had to, this is going to be really tough. I'm going to have to go with Envy here. I honestly see Denial placing top 3 at this event, but with Saints, how much that kid plays, as long as his teammates play really well, you know, Zuma's a star player as well. He could go off at any given time. As long as the rest of Envy plays well alongside Saints, and if they win the first map, they're winning for sure, because I know Saints gets down if he loses the map. So as long as they have momentum, Jesus. As long as they have momentum, I see Envy is taking this, and it's going to be another close game. but I'm going to give it 3-2 to Envy. Okay, so from here on out, I can't go by this bracket right here or this schedule. So I'm just going to go off my bracket that I have here. Hopefully, this is the right way it's going to go. It should be that these teams drop the losers and whatnot. So as you see in round 2 of winners, we have Optic Gaming versus FaZe, and then we have Team Envious versus Prophecy. This is just my predictions. Anything can happen. It's Call of Duty. It's going to be interesting to see if I get most of these right. Hopefully I could get the whole thing right. And then in the losers, we have Rise versus Aware and Denial versus Team Caliber. I'm going to start with the winners bracket first and then work our way down. So the first matchup in round 2 of winners, we have Optic Gaming versus FaZe. I'm definitely going to go with Optic Gaming here. I think it's going to be a close series, all close games around, but I think Optic's going to take it 3-1. As you know, as the days go on, they seem to catch more momentum and get better further in the tournament. So Optic Gaming 3-1 for me, moving on to the semifinals of winners. Next matchup we have is Team Envious versus Prophecy. This is another great matchup. You know, Prophecy's S&D game's really going to keep them in this event. You know, like I said before, I don't know how much they've played, but I'm going to have to give it to Envy here just because they're an actual team, and I know they've been playing a lot for sure. So I think it's going to be a close series. I'm going to give this one 3-2 to Envy, just for the benefit of Prophecy's S&D game. You know, they might be able to sneak a respawn out, but if they don't, then it's going to be 3-1 in Envy, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and give it 3-2. Alright, so moving on into the losers bracket of the event, we have Rise versus Aware Gaming and Denial and Team Caliber. So the winner of this Rise and Aware Gaming match is going to go on to play Prophecy. Rise and Aware Gaming, that's a great matchup, but I'm going to give it to Aware 3-1, as I see them as the better respawn team. You know, Hugh and TJ Haley, and who else is on their team? Happy. You know, I'm really going to give it to them with this one. Rise Nation, Pac-Man, Diabolic, Chino, and Sender versus Accuracy, Hugh, Happy, and TJ Haley. As long as Accuracy could play really well at this event, Aware could do big things. So I'm going to have to give this one to Aware just for their slaying power over Rise. But I think it's going to be a 3-1 in favor of Aware. Moving on to Denial versus Team Caliber. Another great 2 teams. All these teams at this event are great. And you know, it's really tough for me to say this because Team Caliber is a great team, but I think Denial is going to take this one, and I hate to see TK out so early. But based off my predictions, I'm just going with my gut feeling, running through this quick, and just giving you guys what I feel off the top of my head. And another close series for this series as well. I'm saying series 10 million times, but I'm going to have to go with Denial on this one because I really think they'll place top 3 at this event. And I think it's going to go 3-2 in favor of Denial. Okay, so moving on in the bracket, we have Optic Gaming and Team Envious in the semifinals of the winners bracket, which is actually the finals of winners. So Optic Gaming versus Envious. Envious probably give them a real good run for their money, but Optic Gaming being as dominant as they are with Formal, Scump, Nadeshot, and Crim, they just have a crazy sick lineup right now, and they've been grinding so much, and they're really ahead of the game right now. So I'm going to give it to Optic Gaming. We'll give it to them 3-1. 3. This is tough. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to give it 3-2. Just for, I want to hope for a good close series. But I know Optic's going to win, in my personal opinion. So I'm going to have Optic moving into the finals of the tournament. And that brings Envious into the semifinals of the losers. Moving on, losers round 2, we have Prophecy and Aware Gaming. I'm going to go with Prophecy here, just because I feel like their S&D game, like I've been saying, will keep them in control of every series for the most part. And just, it depends on if Aware really shows up to play. And I'm not too sure how their team's doing. I haven't really watched them too much, so I'm just going to go with my gut feel and give it to Prophecy 3-2. Because I feel like Aware will pull off respawns, but when it comes to S&D, Prophecy will just show up. So 3-2 in favor of Prophecy. Moving on to FaZe versus Denial. So FaZe, Ache, Slasher, Parasite, and Enable versus who are they playing? Let me see. Versus Denial, which is Clayster, Attach, Replays, and JCap. Like I said previously, you know, FaZe had some issues online, and I really think they're gonna do well this event. They're gonna play really well, but like I said, I think Denial is really gonna show up to play this event. So I'm gonna have to give this one to Denial 3-1. Okay, so heading into losers round 3, the round before losers finals. This is losers semis. We got Prophecy and Denial, which is Ricky Embo's Legal and Fears versus Playster Attached Replays JCap's 2nd and 3rd seed. So I'm gonna go with a crazy feeling that Denial is going to catch fire this event through losers bracket, and I think they're gonna pull off this win against Prophecy 3-1. I think Prophecy's gonna have a great run this tournament, but I think Denial is just gonna catch fire and pull off this W. Now, moving into the losers finals of this event, we have Team Envious versus Denial. Like I said previously, this is a very intense matchup. Two teams that have past histories, and for some reason, while I was doing this video, I always thought back to events, where teams beat a team earlier in the tournament and then lose to them later on in the tournament. So like I said, I feel like Denial is going to catch fire in the losers bracket, and I feel like they're just going to come through. And even though I had them losing to Envy here in a 3-2 series count, I feel like Denial will really show up to play as they have the momentum going into this, just coming off a win. Envy is waiting to play. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Denial 3-2. Okay, so in the finals of the AW Season 1 League at playoffs, we have Optic Gaming. Jesus, why'd you have to ruin the moment? I don't even know what that is, but we have Optic Gaming versus Denial. And I know some of you guys are going to call me crazy or whatnot, but Denial has been looking really good. Each player on that team has been performing really well and getting better. Clayster, Attach, Replays, and JCap. When you look at that team on paper, you wouldn't expect it to work so well. But for some reason, I feel like they're going to do really good this event. And, call me crazy or whatever, but I'm just having fun with this. I want to see how good I am at predicting these games and see if I could get these right. So Optic Gaming versus Denial in the finals of this tournament. Optic Gaming being as dominant as they are, I feel like Denial is going to give them a run for their money. But I'm going to give it to Optic Gaming 3-1. And Optic Gaming are going to be your AW Season 1 playoff champions. And let me put that in, finalize it. And there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Something I wanted to do. Felt like it'd be interesting to give my input and just be fun to see how good I am and if I could predict most of these right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. It helps me out so much. Make sure to subscribe if you want to. And I hope you guys have a great time watching the event this weekend. Make sure to enjoy. Tweet out the stream, COD Esports. Let's spread it around. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't go too crazy on me for my predictions. I might have said your favorite team was losing and whatnot, but this was all out of fun. At the end of the day, everybody on this team, I have homies on all of these teams, and it was just a bracket show that I wanted to do for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, guys, take it easy. Peace.